Bethanie has a super unique sound. She combines both recorded music and electronic music and does a lot of loops as well too, almost like a one-woman band. So on that note, super excited to have Bethanie here, and let you take it from here.
Thank you so much, Hal, for such a kind introduction. Thank you, DearCo, and thank you, BCS, for hosting such an amazing event. It is really a pleasure to be here to celebrate Southeast Asian culture. My name is Bethanie, and I am an electronic musician who always play the recorder in my set, so I hope you like my performance, and yeah, here we go. an original, and the next song will also be an original. I'll be singing on it, and it's a song that I wrote very recently. It is called Report Card. I know it is such a bizarre name, but I wrote it after a collection of moments after visiting my hometown and after visiting college after graduation. And I think many of us can relate to this. Sometimes when people ask you, what have you been doing or what have you been up to, sometimes we struggle to answer because we worry about disappointing the people who love us, or we worry about not meeting people's expectations. And for a while I felt like I am like a report card, waiting for people, waiting to be scanned and evaluated for worth. And so yeah, this song is called Report Card, and it's about wondering if our worth is tied to our accomplishments. So I hope you like it. And the next song I'll also be singing, it's called Tilted, and it's about scoliosis. It's something that I've had for years now, and to those who also have scoliosis, early Happy Scoliosis Awareness Month. It's in June, so yay! Yeah, this next song is called Tilted. It's about loving ourselves and embracing our bodies, even if it isn't perfect. So yeah, I hope you like it. this next tune will be a cover. It's also an instrumental. And yeah, before I play my last tune, I really wanted to take a moment to thank Dear Cole again and VCS for hosting such an amazing event. Thank you, Hannah House venue, and thank you all of our artists and vendors. It's so great to be celebrating art and culture and community here. And speaking of community and speaking of like roots, I also wanted to give a special shout out to the person who got me into electronic music. So that person is Professor Claire Marie Lim over here. She is the person who got me into all of this. And as a fun fact, everyone, tomorrow, May 25th, marks the 4-year anniversary of my first class with Claire. And that class is called Producing with Ableton Live, which is the software I'm using to perform now. So yeah, she taught me everything. So before I talk too much, I'll play the last tune. So I hope you like it. Bethanie, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you again, Dear Cole and VCS, and I hope you enjoy the festival.
Can we give another round of applause for Bethanie?